Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabansi. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a pretty interesting show for you guys. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, today we're going to be discussing Victor Wembanyama, right? Wembanyama. We're going to be discussing him today. Now, recently, we actually produced our first two shows on him on Saturday, and it did fairly well. Now, one of the stories involved an incident that had occurred between himself, his security detail, and Britney Spears, where she somehow managed to turn herself into a victim of a circumstance that she created all on her own. At the end of that, a lot of people were kind of going out there saying, "Oh, Victor Wembanyama needs to apologize." She's like, he needs to apologize. Meanwhile, the guy just walking to go have his dinner, but he needs to apologize. So we did a show on that. A lot of people left their thoughts in the comment section about that. Now, what else happened? Well, what else had happened was Victor Wembanyama made his debut in the NBA Summer League, and in his first game, of course, there was a lot of hype. There was a lot of celebrities. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, J. Cole was there, Trae Young was there, and so many other people were there to see arguably the most hyped basketball player since LeBron James came into the NBA. So everyone was curious to see how Victor Wembanyama was going to perform, especially given all of the media hype surrounding him. A lot of people were out there just basically jumping out of the window. Some publications went as far as saying that he may be the best prospect in American sports history. I mean, it was that type of hyperbole that was being thrown out there, and it just showed you the power that the media has in order to create a buzz about a particular player. So what happened? I actually didn't watch that game because I'm like, these games don't count. Now, I was interested to see some of the highlights just to see what he looks like, because to be quite honest with you, I had never spent more than 25 to 30 seconds watching Victor Wembanyama tape, because I'm just one of those people that said, okay, I'm going to make an assessment of this guy once he gets to the NBA, when he's playing against the real competition. So what happened? First game he went out there, and it wasn't a good game. He got dunked on, he got crossed up, and he didn't play very well. At the end of the game, he actually spoke to the press, where he basically said that, listen, I was pretty much learning on the fly. I didn't really know what was going on out there, which is expected when you're a rookie coming into the NBA. You're not expected to know the game and the ins and outs. So a lot of people took that as an opportunity to then say, oh, he's going to be a bust. Oh, my God, he's terrible. The people that were saying this, I believe, were the people that had all of these high expectations of the guy based on a lot of the hype surrounding him, based on what the media was doing. And I was one of the people that basically came out there and said, listen, you guys need to relax. You guys need to relax. Like, first of all, it's just one game. Two, what are we doing? Since when do we start evaluating NBA prospects or NBA players in NBA Summer League? When did that ever become the measuring stick? Like, really? We're not even talking about the preseason. We're talking about Summer League. But nevertheless, a lot of people decided that it was time for them to jump out of the window. So what happened? Yesterday, the San Antonio Spurs played their second game, and I just recently heard a comment from Greg Popovich, who just recently signed, I believe, an $80 million deal. And they asked him, hey, Greg, what motivates you? He goes, my salary, my paycheck motivates. I thought that was pretty funny. But anyway, so he had his second outing yesterday. And in that game, in 27 minutes, Victor Wembanyama went 9 of 14 from the field, shooting 64%. He shot 50% from the three. Now, mind you, we're talking about a 7'3" guy. Bear this in mind. He shot 58% from the free throw line, went 7 of 12. He got you 12 rebounds, which I'm happy to see given his height. 0 assists, 1 steal, 3 blocks, and finished the game with 27 points. And immediately after that, of course, the people that jumped out of the window decided to tug on their parachute. And they were like, hold up, sky hook me back up. I'm ready to now start twerking it up. And we even put up a comment on our channel where we were like, so now he's the GOAT. What did I mean by that? What I meant was that too many people were overreacting way too soon. Let me reiterate a point that I made in the first show we produced around him when we were talking about him and his relationship with the media, which we're going to get to a little bit later, obviously, depending on the order in which you're watching today's shows, where I said that, listen, Giannis Antetokounmpo, for as great as Giannis is, Giannis's first year in the NBA, he averaged 7 points per game. Now, some people are saying, well, he didn't have the same hype. It's irrelevant whether you have the hype or not. What matters is, what do you actually go on to do? And I felt like a lot of people were coming down hard on the kid, and they were basing all of this just off of one game. Really, is that enough of a sample size for you guys to say, okay, now we know that this guy's going to be a bust? Just like he played well in game 2. Is this enough for us to say, oh, now he's going to be better than Michael Jordan? Well, no, it's not. Instead, what I think we should do is allow this guy to play a full season for us to then start to make some predictions. It's seldom you see a rookie player come into the NBA and absolutely light up the National Basketball Association. There have been only a few players to actually do that, a very select few. One of them, if I'm not mistaken, was Allen Iverson. When Allen Iverson came into the NBA, Allen Iverson was an absolute phenom. He was an absolute phenom, and he took off running his first year. First year in the NBA, when Allen Iverson was playing for the Philadelphia 76ers, he scored 23.5 points per game as a rookie, 2.1 steals, 7.5 assists. He got you 4 rebounds in his rookie season. If we look at LeBron, I believe LeBron James as well also had a very, very good, rookie campaign. And that year, LeBron James, let me see if I can pull up LeBron's stats. But I believe LeBron James averaged in the low 20s, if I'm not mistaken, his rookie season. I mean, it wasn't the LeBron that we know today. In his first year in the NBA, LeBron averaged 21 points per game, 1.6 steals, 5.9 assists, 5.5 rebounds per game. That was LeBron. And then, of course, you had Michael Jordan, who was an absolute, an absolute anomaly. His first year in the NBA, he averaged 28 points per game. What did he get you? 28 points per game. He got you 6.5 rebounds his rookie year, 5.9 assists, and 2.4 steals, and 0.8 blocks. That was Michael Jordan. But then again, how many Michael Jordans are there? So that's an outlier. Generally, players need to get better over time. So for people to run out there and start making these judgments, oh my God, he's a bust. Really, is he? Is he really a bust? I mean, really, even if he doesn't have the season that you expected him to have, he may have a good enough season. But what if he doesn't make what if he doesn't make an all-star team? What if he doesn't make an all-star team? Then all of a sudden he's a failure? Like, come on, listen. I think we have to allow the guy to grow. I watched his game. He did some things that made me come to the conclusion that I don't think this guy can be guarded. I don't think you can guard this guy. Hitting fadeaways as a 7'3" guy. He has very good footwork, and it's obvious because he got his basketball game. They honed his basketball game out there in Europe, where they work on the fundamentals, which is exactly what Kobe Bryant was lamenting, basically saying that in the United States right now, or at the time, they're not teaching kids how to play basketball the right. That's Kobe Bryant that said that. So to me, listen, I saw some really great things from him, but I'm not really ready to make an assessment of this guy until I see him play at least 25, to 40 games in the NBA. Then I'll start to get a sense. But all of this jumping out of the window, I think is ridiculous, and I'm glad that he had the performance like that because I think he silenced a lot of the people that were jumping out the window. So what I want to know from you guys, what do you think about his game? Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts in the comments. We catch you on the next show. Peace.